Boston, a cold autumn morning. Clara Bennett, a 32-year-old journalist, wakes up to a soft knock on her door. When she opens it, there's an old envelope lying on the floor. No return address, just her name written in elegant handwriting. Clara Bennett, personal. Inside, a faded letter dated October 19th, 1975. Narrator, calm, nostalgic. She didn't know it yet, but that letter would change everything she thought she knew about her family. And about love. Scene 2. The Discovery. The letter was written by Eleanor Carter, a young woman who once lived in Clara's building 50 years ago. In it, Eleanor writes about a man named Thomas, a soldier who promised to return from the Vietnam War, but never did. Her final words: "If this letter ever finds someone, tell him I waited. I waited until the leaves stopped falling." Clara feels an odd connection. She decides to investigate, turning the story into her next feature article. Scene 3. The Investigation. Clara starts digging through city archives, old newspaper clippings, and military records. Everyone she meets says the same thing. Eleanor was a ghost long before she died. She finds a photo of a young couple, Eleanor and Thomas, standing near the Boston Harbor, 1974. Clara becomes obsessed with finding out what really happened. Narrator: for Clara, it wasn't just history. It was a mirror. She had lost someone too. A fiancé who left for California and never came back. Scene 4. The Man in the Photograph. One rainy night, Clara visits an old bookstore in Beacon Hill. The owner, Mr. Whitaker, remembers Eleanor. He says Thomas survived the war, but when he returned, he was told Eleanor had died. Grief-stricken, he moved away, leaving behind a small box of letters that no one ever claimed. Inside the box, Clara finds dozens of unopened envelopes, all addressed to Eleanor Carter. Clara, softly, she never stopped waiting, and he never stopped writing. Scene 5. The Truth. Clara traces Thomas's last address to a nursing home outside Boston. She meets an elderly man, quiet, gentle, his eyes lost in memory. Thomas, weak voice: "You found her letter, didn't you?" He tells Clara that he returned in 1976, but Eleanor was gone. Nobody told him she had moved to another city. By the time he found her new address, she had passed away. He takes Clara's hand and gives her one final sealed envelope. For whoever still believes in love that waits. Scene 6. The Legacy. Clara publishes the story. The Last Letter from Boston, a love that time forgot. It goes viral across America. Readers send thousands of messages about lost loves, unfinished stories, and second chances. Weeks later, Clara receives another letter, this time from a man named Ethan, her ex-fiancé. He read her article and wrote, "I'm still waiting too." Scene 7. The Ending. Clara walks along the harbor at sunset, holding two letters, Eleanor's and Ethan's. The wind carries leaves across the water, just like in the old photograph. Narrator: soft. Sometimes love doesn't end. It just finds another storyteller. Camera: fade out. Soft piano music, the city skyline glowing behind her.